My name is Cathy Grogan from Cathy Grogan Associates, and for the last 25 years I've worked with men and women who are violent towards their partners. I run a number of groups each week, gender-specific groups, to help people come to understand that their behaviour is inappropriate and to turn it around and change it. We recognise 7 levels of abuse: physical, emotional, psychological, verbal, sexual, financial and spiritual. When new members join the groups, they're often in a state of crisis. They've either received divorce papers, their partner's left them, they've been thrown out of the home, or they've been locked up overnight. Often when people do first come to the group, it's under the mistaken belief that it's not really their fault, it's their partner's fault. So frequently they present as victims. What we do in our organisation will work if you're prepared to put the commitment in. If your commitment is only half-hearted, you won't get the results you want. The hardest part of what we ask of people is that they practice over and over again the techniques and the coping strategies that we've covered with them. We don't cure anybody because they're not ill, they don't have a disease. They make a choice to be violent or abusive. So equally, they can make a choice not to be. Now, when they first come to us, they come in a state of fear because their belief is that their emotional state just creeps up on them so rapidly that they see a red mist, but the red mist is mythology. Once we say no, actually it's you choosing to allow it to escalate. It's a very empowering thing for them because that tells them that they can assume control of themselves all the time instead of waiting in fear for the next episode. If we don't learn to manage our emotional state by default will manage us. We get people from all walks of life. We've had doctors, we've had lawyers, we've even had domestic violence lawyers on occasion. And the common bond between all of them is that they can't manage their emotional state. So they're incredibly supportive of each other, but not in a collusive way where they reinforce their justification for how they behaved. They also have razor-sharp vision in spotting denial and minimising in each other. Even though they may have a blind spot about their own behaviour, it's crystal clear in someone else, so they can see it, sometimes quicker than group facilitators. The job is enormously rewarding. People come in a fearful and agitated and anxious state, and we help them work it towards becoming non-abusive, non-violent and non-threatening. And you know that you're helping them move away from contributing to making the world a worse place to contributing towards making it a better place. They start treating their children differently, and they recognise, and we reinforce constantly, the importance of being a positive parental role model. The group member believes that their partner will be really appreciative and say, well done, and I'm really proud of you for actually attending the group and sorting your problems out. The partner's response is very different. Everything that's ever been said or done since the abuse started is stored. As his or her level of fear starts dropping, the level of rage about everything that's ever been done to them starts rising, and out of nowhere will come this torrent of memories, an absolute tongue lashing of stuff that they will dump on the partner who abused them. The group member probably feels utterly floored by all this torrents of abuse that's coming out at them, but it's what we have to say to them. It's actually very healing because their level of fear must have dropped substantially for them to feel confident enough to let all that baggage go.